cause we be brothers. Forget the language, cause we resemble, oh. Make we live as one, oh, and celebrate. 60 years don't work out, Nigeria still they can't pay, oh. We go better, Nigeria still they can't pay. We no break, we no scatter, Nigeria still they can't pay, oh. We don't better, Nigeria still they can't pay. We go better, Nigeria still they can't pay. We don't better, Nigeria still they can't pay.
Citizen FM 93.7. Bad news travels at the speed of light. Good news travels like molasses. We must always remember that. 7 minutes downside 7. It's the Zuma headlines, open house on Citizen FM 93.7. My name is Kemi Asheku. My loved ones call me Kem, and I like it that way. You do know that open house is when we get to invite, someone what they're waiting gold, to review the papers with us on Wednesday mornings. This morning, my guest is Olayode Abdul-Razak, popularly known as Philosopher King. Okay, he is a multiple award winner. He's won the National Public Service Award, and that was in the year 2021. He's also a mentor, a family counselor, an on-air personality, and a whole lot more feathers within his cap. A very good morning to you, Olayode Abdul-Razak.
Yeah, good morning.
And it's good to have you in our studios this morning via the phone.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Okay, which would you rather be called, Olayode Abdul-Razak or Philosopher King, which is how we all know you?
Philosopher King will go.
Philosopher King will be good. Okay, that's fine. So we go to that now. Now we start off with Premium Times NG. Premium Times NG are our media partners. We do, we have some media partnership together. And top on the front page of premiumtimesng.com, they say here, Buhari to announce deal with ASU Tuesday, according to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. He said that the President, Muhammadu Buhari, will announce a deal reached with the academic staff of universities ASU on Tuesday. Mr. Gbajabiamila disclosed this on Monday after a closed-door meeting with the leadership of the union and the lawmakers of the National Assembly complex. What's your take on this, Philosopher King?
All right. If there will be an announcement on Tuesday, and I think that's good, because
sorry about that.
8 months now.
Yeah.
If at the end of 8 months and there is no any light at the end of the tunnel, then they just wasted that 8 months. So I think it's a very good one to hear that there's going to be something they want to hear, and they will resume with that.
Okay.
But when this issue of court judgment is coming up and is going like that, and if they had resumed that time, I know quite that it's just a wasted effort for 7-8 months. But looking at this now, Tuesday, let's be watching. If there's something good coming out, then I think Nigerians, students, and lecturers will have something to go back to school with.
And even parents too will be grateful that we'll be grateful that the wards are resuming school and be able to actually go on with what they need to do to become graduates and all of that. Okay, we move on from that now to look at this story here. It says ex-Abacha CSO Al Mustafa denies looting Nigeria's treasury. In a quote here by PremiumTimesNG.com, it says, "I don't have money. I have never stolen 10 naira. I challenged two governments. I challenged Abdulsalam Abubakar's government and I challenged Olusegun Obasanjo's government. They searched," he said. And of course, Hamza Al-Mustafa is the presidential candidate of Action Alliance AA and the former chief security officer CSO to the late ministry head of state Sani Abacha. He has denied ever stealing from Nigeria's coffers while in office. What's your take on this?
All right. In this world we are living in, and with our court judgment and things like that, our law is talking about evidence. It is only when you have evidence to prove beyond reasonable doubt that somebody has stolen. That is when you can say that person has stolen. But if you steal and you wipe out all the necessary evidence that will show that you have stolen, it shows that you have not stolen. So I think he really has what he holds on to that is free, that is not steal, and if they cannot find anything against him, then I think he didn't steal according to what the law says.
Well, but then he is the former CSO to the late Abacha, and about $3.65 billion have been recovered, from what is tagged the Abacha loot. So, as a former chief security officer, I do understand what you say, evidence and all of that, and he says he's never stolen 10 naira. I guess we just leave it at that, or what do you think? That's the only way. Because even if you say, okay, there's Abacha loot, is that also? Doesn't necessarily mean that it's also part of it. And it's not Al-Mustafa loot.
Yeah, it's not Al-Mustafa loot, definitely. You see, they don't even call it Al-Mustafa loot. So automatically, if there is no evidence against him, then according to the system, it's free.
Okay. Well, we move on from that now to look at this story still on PremiumTimesNG.com, where it talks about the customs donating 86 seized drones to the Nigerian Navy. Let's just quickly take a look at the backdrop of that. It says here that the Nigerian Customs Service on Tuesday, which was yesterday, donated 86 drones to the Nigerian Navy and then towards enhancing its operations. The NCS Controller General, retired Amid Ali, while presenting the items in Abuja, said they were intercepted at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja after the importers failed to present end users certificate. Mr. Ali said the customs usually condemn items imported into the country without EUC after security permission from the High Court. Such items or equipment automatically forfeited to the federal government, which is why we are directed to transfer and hand over the drones to the Nigerian Navy. What's your take on this, Philosopher King?
Yeah, you can see that is a way of collaboration. It tells you that we work together, and no agency or no government agency can stand alone. There's this synergy that most of them have to work together. And I think quite well, when you first mentioned the news, I was thinking is the Nigerian custom that
bought
no, or manufacture things like that.
No.
So I was so surprised that custom can buy and manufacture. It's a very good way too. Why? Maybe one way or the other is also affecting their job. Maybe that is why they want to buy. But thank God, it's like they are trying to check in what is coming in. This thing is coming in for the Nigerian Navy, but it has to follow some particular process.
Yeah,
and that process is halted. And until when they now check and they get it certified before they now get
absolutely.
It's good. I like that energy.
And before now, when they seize items, they just incinerate them, burn them, regardless of what the items are. So it's a good one that it was seized and it was actually transferred to the Nigerian Navy for use.
It shows that there's communication. So there's communication between them, and there's understanding as well. That's really what's happening there.
Amazing. It's a 7:15. You're listening to the Zuma headlines on Citizen 93.7. It's our open house Wednesday when we get to bring friends, people who are worth their weight in gold, to review the papers with us. I have on the phone this morning Philosopher King Abdul Razak Olayode, and he's actually reviewing the papers with us. He's an OAP. He's a family counselor, a coach. He's so many, caps fixed into one. Okay. Thank you for holding the line, Philosopher King. Let's quickly move on to a little bit of good news and business news coming from far away. I think it's in Dubai, but I'm going to lay my hands. Okay, well, maybe this is not the one from Dubai, but then this is another story here. A Nigerian startup, Steers, has raised $3.3 million from Serena Williams' firm and others. Now, the round was led by Mac Venture Capital with the participation of Melo 7 Tech Partners, and Steers is a Nigerian data and insights company. It announced on Tuesday that it has raised $3.3 million in a seed round backed by Serena Williams' investment company, Serena Ventures. The company said it plans to use the investment to enhance its data collection and analytics capabilities, talent acquisition, and expansion to East and Southern Africa. Serena Williams, who has said she will focus on investing after retiring from tennis last month after the U.S. Open, said one of the reasons she invested in Steers is not because of her love and appreciation for Africa, but because Steers has strategically thought of how to increase the investment community on the continent. What's your take on this, Philosopher King?
Yeah, this news is a little bit pregnant. Because either we talk about Serena Williams or we talk about the business parts.
We can talk about both.
All right. Yeah, you see, giving back to the society is one important thing that people should start looking out for. When you have worked for so many years and you have been also investing, she has also started investing in herself first. After doing that, she now thought of, after I've resigned, this is what I want to do for the society. And African society is also part of where she said, okay, if I want to go and put my investment in. So I think it's a very good one, and people that are coming behind should also have that in their mindset. They should have such things to say, okay, how am I going to give back to society? If I've worked and I gain money, I gain popularity, I gain all those things, definitely it should go back to the society. And I think that is the real meaning of self-achievement. That's the real meaning of self-achievement.
Okay, now let's look at the Nigerian angle. Yeah.
The Nigerian angle now. You see, and when they started it, it is a startup business. And you see, and that's one of the look at what that has made. This is also to tell you that if you don't work, you're not going to eat. Yeah, if you don't work, you're not going to eat. And you don't keep saying that there is nothing in this country. You just keep saying there's nothing in this country. Now they are telling you people that are making it. They're telling the people that are investing, they are putting their money and they're putting their energy and their knowledge where it is. And they are making so many things out of it. So thank you that you can make it here. And until and unless each and every one of us, put up this energy and have focus, meet the right people at the right time. So that's why we're going to make it. So I think this is a very good one. Very, very good one. And I think it's motivation for other ones that are coming.
Absolutely. And young people can see now that even from the little corners of their homes, all right, just by having a phone, rather than consuming content there, you can find the ideas that will change, the trajectory of Nigeria and will also, change our lives as young people. Thank you very much, Philosopher King, for that. We move away from Premium Times NG now, and we take a look at This Nigeria. And the front page of This Nigeria says, Buhari vows to end insecurity before May 29. The writer to the story says, confers national honor on 443 Nigerians, 7 foreigners. It's a call to duty. Senate President responds on behalf of recipients. What's your take on this, Philosopher King?
All right. Yeah, definitely ending security, maybe those words that we use, ending security, maybe it's just reducing security to the minimum. Yeah, ending security is something that you cannot end.
Insecurity,
Definitely,
right?
when you end a system or a strategy, an insecurity strategy, another strategy come up again. You know, if you look at this regime when it came up, it was this issue of bombing here and there, and so many places were blocked. You cannot pass. You know, those things have been captured. You know, that area has been dealt with. Then this guy is now starting, adducing different means again. And now this is where you have lots of bandits, you have kidnapping, things like that. This is another phase of insecurity. And I think they are working towards it. And I hope quite well that if they can be able to do it to some level, so that those coming behind, next government will come there, will have a little, or you have to continue from where they stopped. So I think it's a very good one. And talking about the honor, the national honor, that is a good one. It's a good one. Despite there are some people that are saying one or two things, it's also good to motivate, to recognize, to let people that have done well know that you are recognized and we know you have done well. Keep doing that. Yesterday I just started thinking, I said, come, what will it take me to have this honor one day? And I started looking at, I just have to give. I just have to give to Nigeria that I have to. So if I start planning that now, you can see that one way or the other, someday I will also be called upon to say, yes, you have been awarded and you have been recognized.
Inshallah.
And those people that are recognized, their families, everybody will also be proud of them. When we see them on television, we are proud that, when I know him, you have the opportunity to snap with him, you snap with him, and you say, yes, we are happy. It's really a happy mood yesterday in Nigeria, definitely. It's an happy.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, lest they say that where were you when Philosopher King was saying that one day he will get the award? One day, by the grace of God, I will also get the award.
Definitely.
Amen.
I don't mind seeing myself and you on that stage.
It's not a problem. We can do it. Okay, so we move on to another story on the front page of this Nigeria here, and it says 2023.